Have you ever wondered, when is my weapon actually considered concealed? Or do I have to actually obey those no weapon signs on the door? We'll talk about it coming right up. What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of the FTQ80 Tuesday Night Fireside Chat. I'm happy to see you here. Man, I tell you what, I'm excited. We have a lot of things that we're going to talk about tonight. And once again, our boy Weapon XYZ got some interesting stuff for y'all to partake in. But before we get started, just want to welcome all you new faces here. If you are here and this is your first time here, go ahead and hit us up in the chat. Or if you're watching on replay for the first time, hit us in the comments. Let us know where you're watching it from, and just let us know who you are. So we have the usual suspects in the comment section. Weapon XYZ will get to welcoming them in a minute. Tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about when is your weapon concealed, and that's all kinds of weapons. That could be a knife, it could be brass knuckles, your gun, any type of weapon that can be concealed. When is it actually considered concealed? Now, we do have a few people in the audience that are law enforcement officers or former law enforcement officers, military personnel, and they might have some insight into it. They're going to be in the chat. They're going to be sharing. We're going to put the link for the guests. If you want to be a guest live tonight, I'm going to put the link in the chat session in a few minutes. And that way, if you want to be a guest, you can join in. If one of our aficionados or our people that know a lot about concealment and want to join us in the chat and give us your insight, please feel free. And if not, just feel free to answer any questions that might come up in the chat. We'll try to do our best to answer them as well. What else tonight? If you have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat section. That way, Weapon XYZ or myself can put it up on the screen and answer that question. All that we ask is that you put 4 question marks before it. That way, we can easily find your questions and address it. That's about it, guys. That's all the housekeeping I have for right now. But again, welcome. If you're your first time watching, if do me a favor, if you by the time this show is over, if you've watched all the way through or whatever you watched up to any particular point and you've gotten value from the show, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up. It helps us combat the algorithm that doesn't want this information shared, doesn't want us to share it. We would appreciate it if you go ahead and do that. So now, without further ado, I want to introduce the co-host with the most. This guy, I can't say enough about him. If you've seen the show before, I have nothing but good things to say about this guy because he's a wealth of knowledge, and he helps out with this show every single week. I say he helps out, but he is an integral part. Honestly, I don't know if I'd be continuing to do this show if I didn't have his support. So welcome to the show, Mr. Weapon XYZ. What's going on, my dude?
Love y'all.
I don't know why I expected anything different. What's been going on with you this week, my friend? It's been a busy week, and then we had the holiday. So, how's everything been going with you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It was a good weekend. I actually basically took like a 3.5 day weekend, more or less.
A lot of people, I've noticed a lot of people did that, man. A lot of people took a couple extra days off.
I worked a few hours on Friday till about 4, and then took the rest of the night off, and I had Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay, all right. Well, that's what's up. I worked all weekend. Well, no, I didn't work on weekend. I worked Friday and Saturday. I took Sunday off, and I kind of woke up late Monday, so I decided, I might as well take that off too. But tomorrow and Thursday, I'm gonna pay for it because now I got to work double because I missed 2 days instead of just one. Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? Who we got in the chat tonight, man? Who we got the usual suspects in here tonight?
So we got Mr. Vino in the house.
What's up, Vino?
The angriest of Sarges.
Always our starting gun.
By the way, y'all, if you're not subscribed to his Instagram, the man's got a camo fucking golf bag. and I wasn't the least bit surprised when I saw the damn thing. I just started laughing because I was like, that is Angry Sarge all fucking day long.
Hey, he told me he was getting prepared to swing some clubs, man. I was like, no. That's what's up.
Just a different type of range bag.
Yeah, no doubt.
we got Chris Bennett in the house.
What's up, Chris?
We got Mr. Bernie.
Mr. Bernie. Oh, you missed somebody, dude. No, one more. You missed Caleb, man. How could you miss Caleb?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
No,
you just Mr. Bernie.
Caleb's up to. Oh, God, have mercy. Go ahead. Do your thing. I'm overstepping again. Go ahead, man.
We'll pick it up, man. As Mr. Ram here has mentioned, we have Caleb in the house.
What's up, Caleb?
we got Hawkeye in the house.
Hawkster. What's up, Hawkeye? Good to see you, man. And that's what we got today, man. Look, I know we got more people than that up in here. We have 12 people currently watching, and as I look at the 12 people that are watching, I also look at my ever decreasing Wi-Fi signal. So if you hear my voice, but I'm stuck on your screen, don't worry, it's not your screen. It is my Wi-Fi signal that is going in and out. So anyway, welcome everybody to the show. We have a lot of things to talk about tonight because everybody has their idea of what concealment is. But before we get into that, I wanted to get into, and I haven't shared my screenshot. Let me share my screen, my slides. I wanted to get into the announcements for this week, and give me 1 second. The announcements for this week, and this week we have the action pistol matches. I've been told are coming up, and they are going to be happening this week. Even though this is a schedule for August and July. I went on their site today. They did not have it up, but I did speak to someone last week that said they would be doing the action pistol matches. If Sailman is in here, let us know for sure if they're going to be having it this week. As usual, I plan to be there, and if anything, nothing goes wrong, I will be down there, even if it's just to watch, to see what's going on and kind of hobnob with the Gooba Smoochers down there. So that is that. Next up, we got the Guns Out. Guns Out Range Day, September 17th, guys. If you haven't seen the Range Day live stream they did last week, you guys need to go to Guns Out TV or go to Guns Out on YouTube and look at their video. The Survival Sisters are going to be there. There's these 3 teenage young ladies that have been shooting since they were knee high to a grasshopper. These girls are absolutely outstanding. They are 2A advocates. Their father, Fred, I think that's his name, Fred. He has raised them in this community. He's really started them young, and they are awesome. They have a huge channel on YouTube as well. So go check them out. It's called Survival Sisters. They were on Instagram, TikTok, all of the social media, but they'll be there. Guns Out. Jarrett from Guns and Gadgets will be there. Who else will be there? Iraq veteran 88 Eric will be there. There's just this whole Terran Tactical and his team will be there. The guns will be there. You'll be able to try them all. So if you're anywhere within 3 to 4 hours drive of this place, I suggest you don't miss it. I will be there. My boy Nick will be there. I'm going to be there early. I'm leaving here probably it's about a 3.5 hour drive. I'll probably leave here about 4 a.m. just to make sure I'm there when the doors open, because I don't want to miss anything. I'll be there till the doors close, and then I'll drive on back to Chesapeake, Virginia. So if you guys if you're close by, absolutely, but it's a free event, guys. I was skeptical. I was like, okay, how much is it going to be? It's at the new XCal gun range and physical fitness building. out there, and I was like, oh, how much it costs? And they were like, it's free. I'm like, no, seriously, how much is it? It's free. And they're giving away thousands of dollars of prizes just for showing up, guys. So meet me there or beat me there. That's all I have to say. And then in October, of course, we have the SIG Freedom Days. Guys, you know what? If somebody's going, if somebody has registered to go, let me know. Put it up in the chat. Let me know if you're going. If you're watching this on replay, let me know in the comments if you're going. Because I may possibly not make it. Unfortunately, a couple weeks ago, my wife broke her foot, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to stay away from home for a couple of days unless I can get my daughter to come be with her. Unfortunately, she had a unfortunate electronic scooter accident, and she broke 4 bones in her foot and between her foot and her ankle. So yeah. So she may or may not be able to stay, and so I may or may not be there. But my intent is to go. But in reality, it's going to cost me anywhere between $500-$600 to go. So that money might be better spent going to do some training. So who knows? Anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know that, and that's all we have for events coming up that I know about. Again, I hope to be in North Carolina Thursday, and I'll definitely be at the Guns Out Range Day. So
I'll have a bunch more for next week. I just got to sort through my emails.
Yeah,
but I know my local range, the one that I typically go to, is having a lot of training stuff going on. So,
and guys, if it looked like I'm a little moist, and I'm sweating my guts out over here. If you see any sweat poking through my shirt, my AC is out.
Still,
it's still out.
Oh, bro.
But I mean, it's just been miserable in here. But you know, it is what it is. Show must go on, and you know, my wife has, since she broke her foot, has confiscated every fan that's not attached to a ceiling. So she's in her office with 3 fans surrounding her. So, you know, and I've got none. You know, go figure. Dude, come on, man. Pour me a drink if you're gonna show it to me.
I'll try to pass it through the camera.
Yeah, do that. Anyway, let's get down to business, man. We got you know, one of the things that brought this up was last week. When was it? Last week or the week before? It was either one of these weeks, either last week or the week before, when I was sitting at the corner. I had a rider in the back, sitting at a corner, and a guy walks across the street. And some of you might remember this from last week, talking about it briefly. He, you know, had a weapon, a gun, tucked in his waist pants. Now his pants were sagging, so I'm wondering why these pants aren't falling down, because he's got his butt showing. He's got the gun stuck in the waistband with the butt of the gun stuck in the grip of the gun sticking out, and it looked like there was not duct tape, but electrical tape wrapped around the grip. So my first thought was, dude, get a holster. And then my next thought was, I wonder if he has a concealment permit, and is that considered concealed? So tonight we want to get your input on what is considered concealed where you live, because it's different. Unfortunately, it's different in every area. Here in Virginia, anything, you know, I had an associate that once was charged with carrying a concealed weapon. Now, guys, I don't know what is more not concealed than in plain sight. However, this guy was driving his truck and he almost hit a bicycle cop by mistake. It was completely mistake. He didn't see him, but he stopped. He didn't hit him. But the bicycle cop got pissed off and rode up around the passenger side of his car. Now, mind you, a lot of us at that time carried open carried, because Virginia is an open carry state. As long as you're not a felon, as long as you're of age, you can carry open carry. Okay. I don't think any of us had concealed permits at that time. I was working security, armed security. So I always had a gun on me no matter where I went, because I worked in housing, dealt with a lot of drug dealers, and also bounced at different things. But anyway, back to the story. The police officer pulls up on his passenger side and notices that he has his gun sitting on the passenger seat. Okay. Now he has a holster. But as you know, if you're right-handed and you're sitting in your car, the chances of being able to draw your gun or sit comfortably in your car with your seatbelt on is real slim. So he takes it out of his holster and puts it on the seat. Well, he was charged with carrying a concealed weapon and served 6 months in jail for carrying a concealed weapon that was in plain sight on his passenger seat. So that leads the question: when is it concealed? Is it concealed in plain sight, or is there a difference in where you live and how they consider concealed? Now, I've come to find out here in Virginia, if it's not on your person in plain sight, it is concealed. So yeah, makes no sense. So here in Virginia, if you have one of those magnets that people put in their car so they can read, that's concealed. If it's not on your person, even though it's in your car, that's considered concealed.
Yeah, I agree with that, as long as it's not visible from any angle. Or you would have to get really up close and from a certain angle to be able to see it. So, I mean, that portion I agree with, but, you know, sitting on your passenger seat, on the dashboard in your cup holder, not really.
Yeah, you know, I'm
not very strategic.
I was amazed when I heard the dude was serving 6 months for that, just because the cop got pissed off because he almost got hit. Mind you, he's riding around on a dark bike in a dark alley wearing a dark uniform.
It's very true, Hawkeye.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely, Hawkeye. That's exactly why we want you guys' input on where you're from, what the concealed carry laws are. You know, is it as long as it's able to be seen in some way? Because I know that guy that walked in front of the car, that is considered concealed. I mean, think about it. Most of us carry inside the waistband, right? The only thing that sticks out is the grip. At that point, here in Virginia, is considered concealed, whether I have a shirt over it or not. And I have seen people who will take their shirt because they don't have a concealed permit
and tuck it behind
the grip of the gun, not realizing that they honestly, if the police officers here wanted to push it,
if you wanted to be a dick, yeah, absolutely,
yeah, absolutely. But some areas carrying certain knives are illegal. So share your input on that weapon, because I know you have
stuff like this
on that. Yeah. Oh, there's some places that those are illegal, concealed or not. You know. All right. So Hawkeye says, go ahead, man. Nope. You do it. Nope.
Not it.
In Tennessee, any way you want, just don't be stupid. Yeah, well, unfortunately, intelligence doesn't run rampant in some people.
Common sense isn't common anymore. No,
not at all. Not at all. So, just as a break from this, Weapon sent me some funny memes today, man, and we were talking about how the gun laws and everything go, and they want to say that we or the guns are the problem and not the people. And you've heard it time and time again. And not Hawkeye, but Weapon sent me some funny stuff today. If you want to go through them, they're already queued up for you, Weapon.
All right, this is just the couple, not the. Oh, there's 5. Okay.
So if guns kill people, I guess pencils misspell words, cars drive drunk, and spoons make people fat.
I was down.
You know, every time I walk in my kitchen, a spoon jumps in my mouth with something, you know.
I'm telling you, you know, I was watching I think it was Judge Judy the other day, or one of those judge shows, and they had a gun on the stand testifying against itself, and it was just weird. I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely.
It's weird. Shoot. It's weird that they would put them then in the evidence lockers and not in a jail cell.
Well, that too. Yep, that too. Yeah, I guess, you know. Well, would you say earlier that, you know, somebody had said that if guns kill people, why don't we send the guns to war and leave the people at home?
Mm-hmm.
Something to that effect. Well, so true, but you know, people don't look at that crap.
So these are actually, we'll get to the other ones in a minute. Those really don't have, they're not funny mean, but I actually made these in particular to the topic of what is concealed, and semi based on that ideal of what is concealed. And it's kind of funny that this question from Hawkeye popped up here. Are you?
It's almost like he knew the stream deck that we were about to show, you know.
Or is that a gun in your pocket? And it's funny that he mentioned that, because is that a Glock in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? How to give a hug when you're carrying? So
yeah,
if you carry on your right side, here's kind of what I've learned in regards to that. You want to be the under and not the over. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you want to be big bear and not little bear in a situation when you're carrying. That way the person that you are giving a hug to, their hands don't brush up against your side or the small of your back, or, you know, if you've got one of those grabby aunts or something that doesn't, you know, run along your butt crack or something. And
it becomes particularly hard if you hug someone that's a lot shorter than you, if you're tall like I am. Yep. Because you almost got to bend down to get underneath them, you know, so they're not shocked when, you know, they put their arms around you and they feel your gun, you know, under your shirt or whatever. I mean, if it's someone close to you, you know, a sibling or a, you know, wife, daughter, son, whatever, they probably know you're already carrying. But it's those people that, you know, have no clue and shouldn't have a clue until you have to use it.
A family member, an old friend that you run into on the street that you might not want to know that you're carrying, or hell, an old enemy who thinks he's being cute, you know, come up, try to give you that, you know, what up, bro? How you been? Nah.
Yeah. It's all, you know, it's somewhat about situational awareness too, just like with these next two pictures. You know, what are you in a situation where you can adjust your pants without looking, oh, that guy's got a gun, you know?
Yeah, it's telegraphing, it's advertising, it's pointing out something that maybe somebody might not have noticed before. By you reaching your hand down there, they might look at your hand, and as soon as your hand comes away, all of a sudden they can see the visual print of your firearm. And maybe you don't want them
to. His wife asks him that every night.
I just tell him, no, it's 2 Glocks.
Sarge, I see if Sarge is, yeah, really. Sarge, if you're still in the chat, what is your you know, as a law enforcement or security or armed services member. What has your experience been, if any, with you know concealment of other people that might not have the particular, what have you seen out there that might be considered concealed, whereas a person might think they're not concealed?
And also,
um
there's I
so I
feel a
know in Texas there's some things.
big difference between what's lawfully considered concealed and what the typical gun owner, responsible gun owner, and experienced carrier considers concealed as well. So
Yeah,
I would love to
yeah,
also hear Sarge's input because
yeah. Same here, same here. Ooh, how the hell did that happen? Oh, okay. Hey, pardon me, guys. I totally forgot. If any of you guys want to join us, I'm putting the link to join us live on the air right now. If any of you want to join us, please feel free. Come on and share your information. We'd love to have you. Um, but go ahead, Weapon X. I've seen these a time or two.
oh yeah.
So now the picture on the left obviously is considered uh, concealed. Okay, it's just badly concealed, and he probably doesn't realize that he may have sat down in the car, got out, didn't realize, didn't check himself before he went about moving around. It's happened. I mean, it's happened to me. Most times I get out and it's the first thing I do is check to make sure I'm not printing, but it happened. So
As I'm turning to get out of my seat, I'm at the same time adjust my shirt before I step a foot out. That's
yeah,
typically how I do it. It's a habit. It's instinctual, and it's become a muscle memory for me.
Yeah. Well, me too, because if you're old and overweight like I am, you need both legs to stand up out the car. So most times I'm putting both feet on the ground, so my back is not even against the seat when I'm getting out. So before I even stand up, I make sure my shirt is properly, draped. That way, when I do stand up, even if I have to adjust my pants, to make sure that I'm even keeled. And we have a picture coming up in a few minutes that can show you what it feels like sometimes if you carry at 3 o'clock. So Angry Sarge concealed is not in plain sight. Yeah.
So what would be
So it's just
your
pretty much.
opinion then, based on that, Sarge? What about the photo on the right? Would you consider that to be concealed? And that's a concealed blade. Granted, it's it's a Crombit and it's got the big old ring sticking up above it, not just the pocket clip.
See now that would we got a couple other while we're waiting on Sarge. We got a couple other Chris is in PA. It sounds like our laws are the same in VA. Yeah, we have open carry without permit. I didn't know PA had open carry, but yeah, I know they make it hard to do much in some of the northern states, so that's good. I wouldn't, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't open carry. At the time, I didn't have a choice.
I personally wouldn't either.
My mentality on open carry is it makes you a target. Just because if the person sees you before they try to commit a crime, you become the target because they know you are the one that could stop them. And speaking of targets, I'm not going into that.
or in the fact that not only does it make you a target in a shooting situation, but say you were to get into an argument with somebody, it happens. You get some dick on the street who just thought you looked at him funny or something, and wants to try to pick a fight and go for the weapon that's clearly in plain view.
Yeah. So, Chris, with this being said, outside the waistband holster with the shirt over it is concealed. So, is that and I know I'm
Yep, I would consider that concealed.
I know I'm grasping at straws here. If it's a short that covers the grip but not the whole holster, is that still considered concealed? Because you can see the holster, but you can't see the top part of the gun. And now that's just semantics. I know, know, kind of devil's advocate is semantics. Mm-hmm. Can you get in trouble for that? And, if you say, oh, and I guess it's all subjective. So, guys, you just have to be aware of your laws in your states. Hawkeye answered your question, Weapon X. Tennessee is connotational carry. I don't even know what that means.
And knowing Hawkeye and such a smart ass he is, I'm sure he meant to say it exactly like that.
Yeah, exactly. He did not misspell that. He did not misspell that. No, not at all.
Angry Sarge said about the knife sticking out, that would not be considered concealed in Texas.
Gotcha.
So that is actually me in that photo. That is a karambit that I used to carry, pocket clip carry. And I did it for quite a while till I realized it looks aggressive. So I actually removed the pocket clip, and now I carry it inside pocket, or I will carry it in my coin pocket. And if I carry it in the coin pocket, the karambit ring sticks up just above the coin pocket enough for me to be able to lift my shirt and get at it.
Now I notice you carry on the right, but you carry your pistol on the right as well, right?
So it depends. It depends on if I'm carrying my pistol or not. Okay. So if I'm carrying my pistol, I will carry it on the left typically. And the reason that is once again that it's a printing thing. So if the pocket clip's exposed, somebody might look at it. And if they see that, there's a possibility that if I am printing it in any way, shape, or form, even if it's just the littlest bit, they may notice. So I will typically carry the knife on my left-hand side when I'm also carrying a pistol.
Okay. Now, I carry my knife in my rear left pocket because I always carry at 3 o'clock. I'm right-handed. I'm not carrying appendix. So I do that, and I practice with that way, because if for some reason my right hand is occupied with my gun, I need to be able to reach my knife if need be, for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, somebody might get too up close and personal for me to use the gun. I might need to go to the knife. Anything can happen.
You also can't, shoot 2 targets at the exact same time.
Correct.
If one may happen to get up and blindside you on your left hand.
Yeah.
As you're
now it's awkward because being predominantly right-handed, it's awkward. So I have to practice different things and different movements and different scenarios. So I'm, if something should happen, I got adrenaline pumping. But going back to the thing about the knife, all of my knives are deep carry. So the only thing you'll see on my knives is a clip on the edge of my pocket. So it is fully concealed, but here in Virginia, it's not an issue. We have blade length restrictions, as do most places.
Most states do.
Yeah, most states have blade length restrictions, but we can carry any kind of knife here, even automatic knives. So.
Mm-hmm. Same thing here in the state of Minnesota. Last time I checked, anyways. Yeah. It's just specific types of OTFs, the kind that resemble a stiletto, that they typically tend to frown on here. That resemble the old gangster knives or old bike
Caleb,
knives, the 80s.
Caleb, what state you live in? I don't remember.
Knives don't have to be concealed here in my state either. It is just
they don't have to
it's
be.
a personal preference more than anything. It once again falls into that making yourself a target or taking away the element of surprise as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Caleb's in Indiana. Okay.
Yeah, if I'm in a situation where I don't feel comfortable, I have my head on a swivel, but so does anybody else who has any sort of training whatsoever.
Well, how about this one, man? I see people here carry like this all the time.
So I scout carry. Most of my fixed blades, I scout carry anywhere between 6 and 3 o'clock, depending on the blade. Also depending on the shirt I'm wearing or pants. But I carry with the shirt over. So it's still concealed, but it's full concealed. There's no handle showing. There's no blade showing. I have full movement. I can bend, crouch. I can sit without getting a handle dug into my back. It's my preferred way to carry a fixed blade, for sure.
Now sometimes I carry one in front, just because most of the time I'm driving, and I'd never be able to reach my back in an emergency, quickly. But in the case, let's just say someone trying to jack the car, try and pull me out the car, I may not be able to get to my gun fast enough, but I can get to that knife.
Yep.
I can cut an artery, So most of the time I carry mine in front, and it's small enough where even when I get out, pull my shirt down, it doesn't print or anything. So I guess the same goes within the back. I always say that if somebody tried to disarm me, they're gonna get maybe one, maybe two, but they won't get the third one. That's for sure. Because by the time you think about the third one, unless it's a gang of you, not going to be a good day.
Nope.
I would hope, and again, it's about training. It's about expectancy and being fully aware, situational awareness, all of that stuff. So we're getting kind of off the subject, but back to concealed carry. What did Hawkeye just say? If carried like that, it would get in the way of my gun. So you carry your gun in your back, Hawkeye, or in the front? You carry what do you call it, appendix? Which one, Hawkeye? Front or back? You carry appendix, or you carry in the back? Or you got 4 or 5 around your waist? Yes, his back. So he carries in the back. Okay.
I'm going to go back over a few of the comments we missed to display here. Yep. I get a concealed carry payment. I mean, yeah.
We need to get you a bigger screen.
Absolutely. You just stop me. No.
I'm laughing because I posted these up while you were talking.
Oh, okay.
It's that small screen, man. You keep missing it.
Dude, Caleb, I love the clinch pick design, man. I absolutely fucking love it.
Yeah, you know what? I want a clinch pick, but them suckers are expensive as shit, man. Oh my gosh almighty.
There's a few companies
they're like $200 each, aren't they?
There's a few companies that make a similar designed one that are quite a bit less. I know CRKT makes that one that's pictured there. As a matter of fact, is their I'm trying to remember the name of that one.
While you think of that, Caleb, real quick, did you see the video training how to use the clinch pick? How raise up, to bring the pick to you versus, man. If you haven't seen that training, go to WPS on YouTube and look for the clinch pick and the training how to use it. Whew. Awesome, dude.
Yep.
I definitely want one of those in my collection. But go ahead.
I watched that series of videos as well.
awesome. But did you think of the name of the knife you were talking about?
I can't think of it. You know, just because it's gonna bug the shit out of me if I don't.
You gonna look it up?
Yep.
Yeah. That's an awesome video, man. Good training too. Good, mindset on, if you get grabbed from behind or anything like that. Never thought about some of those things before I started watching those videos. Used to carry a boot knife. I thought about a boot knife. I thought about, I found a knife that is a boot knife on what is it? Tactical. I can't remember the name of the website now, but they have a nice boot knife. I was thinking about getting. It's like $30. Since winter is coming, and long pants and boots will be the call. So I'll probably get that. So
are you Jon Snow now?
Who, me?
You said winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Yeah.
I believe that one is called.
So Richard says he carries his fixed blade on the right and his karambit on the left. Cool. There you go. No matter which side, you can get to one of them.
I carry my karambit at about a 3 or 4 o'clock scout carry. So when I reach down, I can loop my thumb into the thumb loop, and then I'm already in a reverse grip. It's very, very organic.
Hawkeye Gerber dagger. All right. Yeah, that's nice. Nice. Sarge says he carries a K-bar TDI and several ODF, including,
I believe that is a cricket spew that was on the
cricket spew.
A cricket spew, Columbia River Knife and Tool Company, or CRKT, and that was their spew, which has a very similar design to the clinch pick.
Put the link up, man. Put the link up. Can you get to the link? No. If you can't get to it, don't worry about it.
Yeah. By the way, any of the CRKT knives, specifically their this type of design that they make, the G10 handle, fixed blades, I believe part of their line's called the Minimalist. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And yes, I was able to find the link.
Cool. All right, we coming up on 10:45. What we got? I'm looking, guys. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the rest of the slide deck that Whippin' X put together. Oh man, this next one, I felt like this the first time I started carrying Copperhead. It felt so much different than the Taurus I had been carrying.
There we go.
Yeah, you should carry a knife on both sides of you. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I got a karambit in there I could carry as well, so I might just do that. I got,
that spew's got a really nice Wharncliffe blade on it, guys. Really, really nice Wharncliffe blade.
I know, just in case you guys can't see it in the chat, I know a lot of people that used to get Tac Pack or what's the other, Battle Box, or the subscription based things, and most times you might get about 10% of something you could use.
I would say every 2 out of 10 items, or something like that.
I got a couple of Tac Packs back when I first started on my journey doing this, and I'd say I got a nice. They sent me a nice SOG karambit. I did get another SOG multi-tool. I got some targets. I got a bunch of stuff, man, and like that. I think I got 2 of them, and then that third one just sucked so bad. I was just like, okay, yeah, we're not doing this. I don't have money to waste. I'm not getting a lot of stuff to help me build the guns. I'm getting a lot of EDC stuff, but not a lot of stuff to build guns, which is what my focus was. So, so Tac Pack had to go. But yeah, you can get some really nice stuff in those things, but 9 times out of 10, you maybe use 1 or 2 things out of their box. Anyway, so what you got coming up next, Mr. Hawkeye? I mean, Mr. Weapon X. When I can relate.
Anybody relate to this?
When your gun feels like first time. Okay, I tell you, when I first started carrying, period. I hadn't, carried in years. I hadn't started carrying again. Probably since the time I got shot in 2007 till about 2007, almost 10 years, I hadn't carried. So yeah, when I put that little Taurus on, it felt like that. And then when I moved to Copperhead, it was just like, oh my God. And forget about trying to carry the Canic. That's just not happening. I did it a couple of times last year in the wintertime when it got cool enough here to wear a coat. I think some of y'all might remember the pictures I put up when it got down to like 20 degrees. I was like, yes, I can wear a coat. And I wore that Canic for about 2 days and was like, yeah, okay, that's enough. But yeah, build season is near. Build time is near. Man, build time is every day. But I know you got something special. You building that Freedom Wolf this winter. So I look forward to seeing that. That's a Glock 21. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it feels like that. But, that's the full picture of it. Oh, what'd you say? What'd you say? Okay, what did Caleb say? I think that's a custom made one for Hulk. Yeah.
A Glock. Sarge said it looks like a Glock 101.
Yeah. Can't conceal anything bigger than a Hellcat. Yeah.
And I'm gonna comment on this as when I lead into this next slide. Not everybody's built the same, right? I can't get away with carrying as large of a firearm as say Ram would carry, right? I'm 5'9.5" with shoes on. Ram's got almost a good foot and a half on me. I'm exaggerating. Yeah. Ram's got about another 8 inches or 10 inches on me.
Something like that.
So I can barely get by carrying a 19, just barely. Anything bigger than that, and I'm fucking shit out of luck. There's no way I'm carrying my Canic. No way, unless I'm outside the waistband carrying it and open.
Oh,
there's no way.
I didn't know they made it inside the waistband holder for the Canic. It'd be way down your leg, man.
By that I specifically meant open carrying it, because I would also need to wear my fucking shirt down to my knees in order to be able to cover any printing whatsoever that thing might have. Which leads me into this, right?
Yeah.
I see it all too often. I see the guy that's like, I've got 5 in waistband holsters for the same firearm.
Why?
Date your holster. And I say that, and I might get a few people that are like, what do you mean? By date, I mean, bring it with you. Take it everywhere. If you're going to the store, bring it with you to the store. If you're going to the kitchen, wear it to the kitchen. Just pick one. The reason that you want to just pick one is because of muscle memory, and unless, of course, you're going from an in waistband to, say, an out waistband, or an in waistband to a drop leg holster. That's a whole nother story. That's a holster for the occasion. And
now,
not
was he saying he had 5 different holsters that he wear regularly, or he had to go through 5 to find the one that actually worked?
Right.
I mean, I get that, because I mean, you could buy a holster that looks good on paper or looks good on your screen, and it gets, it's touted to be the best thing, and like alien holsters, oh, you get 3 different shells and one thing. Like, okay, but do you need it, and is it good? So suppose you buy those 5 shells and none of them are good. Now you got 5 different shells.
Then you know what?
A base that you don't even like.
Then you stop paying for popcorn for her at the movies, and you sell her. And then you sell her on Nextdoor or OfferUp.
Yeah.
We're not dating anymore. I got to see other holsters.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not you. It's me.
Yeah. I'm looking at a crossbreed holster for my my Taurus now, but I'm in no rush because I don't really carry the Taurus much anymore. But
yep. As Hawkeye just said, he said he owns a pile of holsters.
Yeah.
I have a shitload of holsters, but only one is not in the pile of shit. Exactly.
Unfortunately, it's one of those items that you don't know until you use it yourself, and they're not returnable.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, been there, done that. Luckily, everyone that I've got from HCM Holster works.
Same.
So, it took me a minute to find the flaw in this picture on the left, right? I was like, what are you talking about? I'm looking at his waist going, where is it? And that one on the right is a trap. It's a trap, guys. If your woman ever asks you that question, don't answer it. Don't answer it. It's a trap.
Oh. So, yeah, I mean, the first image that I found of that, and in order to create the little meme I did, it took me a second too, and then I was like, wait a minute, hold on, bro, that's not a thing of Tic Tacs in his back pocket, y'all.
And you can tell he wears it there all the time because the print is worn in the jeans.
It's worn in there. It's the exact same way every time.
Every time he's had those jeans for years, and he's carried that gun in that pocket every day for years.
Hawkeye said he sees this all the time.
Just nuts, man. Get a holster. And does this outfit make my concealed weapon look big? That's what he said, but anyway.
That just went hand in hand with the other image.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
so that looks like a maybe a Ruger.
Yeah, I was thinking that, or what is it? The PCY or PPY. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
The other little micro pistol.
Yeah. So, man, I know this show was
that could have even been a 25, actually.
Man, it could have been.
Now that I think about it, I carried a little 25 for a while. Basically, similar style of carry. I'm not proud of it.
Anyway, guys, if you're just joining us for the first time tonight, if you've been with us and you want to know more information about building, go over to www.
Thank you, Sarge.
FTQ80 RAMjetta.info/forum. The sexy. Yeah, the sexy. Almost bought one of those for my wife, but I didn't like it, so I didn't even bother to even show her.
I shot one. That is not the right size firearm for a 9mm. I'm just saying.
No, they 9s and 380s.
Little noisy cricket.
I didn't even bother to shoot it. I was just like, no, this is not gonna work. But yeah, go over to FTQ 80%. And if you've gotten value from this, guys, please like, subscribe, smash the thumbs up button. Join us next week. Join us every week as we, we venture down a road and usually end up lost. So,
Angry Sarge said it's pronounced Y.
Yeah. Agreed. They even made this last year they made optic ready, and I'm like, dude, y'all improve the product before you add different things on it, and like I said, I haven't shot it, but I don't need to. I know plenty of people that have bought it and sold it within a month.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Yeah.
It's just not a fun firearm to shoot. Sure, in a life or death situation, it might save your life. Oh, but absolutely. training with that thing is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Hawkeye, it's a wait while what?
You said it's a wait while I
get this thing. Yep. Yeah.
Just hold on. I've had these jeans a while.
Well, maybe he's trained. Maybe he's trained with it that way. So maybe he might be quick on the draw. We don't know.
You never know.
I doubt it, but
yeah. You might be fucking Michelangelo fast with that thing for all we know.
Yeah. Yeah, 911 or Ruger.
John Wick the shit out of you.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So do we want to touch on the last topic here while we still have a few minutes left?
Oh shoot, we did have another topic, didn't we?
We do. We have a few minutes left. We can extend a few minutes in.
All right, let's talk about it. So, the infamous "do not enter" or "no firearms allowed." I mean, the usual suspects know the deal, but if somebody's just watching this, is watching and really has no clue where you can walk into and where you can't walk into when you see a sign that says no firearms. Okay. I treat that the same as I treat. Well, let me preface it with this. There are some places you cannot go with your firearm. You can't go federal buildings. You can't go courts. You can't go any type of most places.
No post offices. No post offices. Well,
no comment. But you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to, guys. Okay, right. So federally, I cannot confirm nor deny that I've ever gone in a post office while concealed carrying. However, you're not supposed to. Okay, it is But here's the thing: it's not a federal establishment. The post office is not a federal establishment. It's a privately owned company, the United States Parcel Service. Just because it says United States does not make it a federal building. So technically, it is not a sensitive place. But should you do it? That's your call.
Yeah. But Hawk, I said, be smart, not stupid.
Yeah.
I typically judge it by, is it a federal building? Is it a building that might be protected under federal law, such as any place where you might go to get public assistance? I also judge it upon, am I going to go through a metal detector when I walk in here? If there's by any chance a security checkpoint or a metal detector, it goes in the trunk of my car and the little mini safe that I carry in there, and it gets locked up until I come back out. The reason this got brought up, I could not find the article, Ram. I tried looking for it again. But I will just call this lady Karen, only because she went about complaining on a public forum about her experience at a certain dining establishment in a certain city, therefore will not be named. For the sake of argument, let's just call it California because we know how they handle shit. She went to a restaurant. The restaurant had a no firearms on the premises sign on their door. She then proceeded to cry about the fact that they made her sit out on the patio outside. Which brings up the discussion that me and Ram had is, A, how they know? Was it really concealed? Or was it based on the topic that me and Ram just discussed? Was it out in the open? Was the grip showing and the establishment noticed it? Or did she divulge that information?
Unfortunately, they're the only ones that know.
Right.
But if she divulged it, she can't complain about being sat on the balcony, on the patio, because they don't allow weapons inside.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just not served her at all and said, you can't eat here. If it wasn't properly, concealed, again, that's her fault. She didn't conceal it properly or didn't check her person before going in. But if I spied it from somewhere and said, that woman has a gun, then that person is dead ass wrong. Mind your business. Ain't none of your business. That's my feel on it. But the thing I have a problem with is making a public location a sensitive area. Like state parks, wilderness trails, where there are animals that could kill you. Any place where in a mall, as we seen last month, being in a mall can be very dangerous. It's just places like that. It behooves me. Just like in New York City, in case you guys haven't heard, New York City just made Times Square one of the busiest locations in New York City. Thousands upon thousands of people go through Times Square every single day. But they just outlawed all the people because now they're being forced to give concealed weapons permits to the public, to John Q. Citizen. They now have made Times Square a sensitive area, and Times Square is a big place. If you've never been to New York, Times Square is huge. They told every bad actor that you can go to Times Square, commit a crime, and possibly get away, because 9 times out of 10, the law-abiding citizen is going to abide by the new law and not carry in Times Square. Which means if you're not carrying, nobody lives in Times Square. Nobody lives in Times Square unless you're living in a hotel down there. So in order to get to Times Square, you have to leave your home and go to Times Square, which means where are you going to leave your gun? At home. It's just stupid. It's just
so
dumb. So now they have those signs up all over Times Square now.
Yep. So I live in Minnesota. My state's fair, which is one of the biggest fairs in the U.S., for the first time this year, over the several hundred years that the fair has been running, this year they finally decided to ban firearms within the fair officially, and metal detect, wand, and pat down at the doors. This was one of also the first years where there has been 2 shootings in the same week. One of them outside of the fair and one of them inside of the fair.
It's just nuts, man.
Yep. To the old locked door only keeps an honest man honest, and no, criminals do not obey signs. They don't obey metal detectors either. I had brought up the RAM. I used to go to that fair when I was a kid, and there's ways to get a firearm in there if a criminal really wanted to. There's gates around the establishment that somebody could pass one through you walking by, or toss one over the fence or whatever the case may be. But it's sad. It's sad for the one individual who was hit in the leg inside of the fair. It's sad for the guy who was shot 2 times outside of the fair several days later. But once again, nobody else had firearms on them. Nobody was able to protect themselves. Nobody was able to protect in the one case, innocent individual who was shot, because they decided to all of a sudden not allow people to bring firearms and protect themselves and their family. Hawkeye said it's the pen's fault.
Yeah. I mean, it just comes down to you being like Hawkeye said, be smart, not stupid. However, to me, unless it's a felony for me to carry my gun there, ain't nobody gonna know I got it.
Yep. At that point, it's a suggestion.
Yeah. It's not. It's a policy, not
not a law.
Not a law. It's a policy. And you can ask me to leave, and I'll leave. Period. But unless I pull it, you'll never know I have it. I'm very aware of my surroundings. I never stand, or I do my best not to stand with my right side toward anyone that I don't know is there. Sometimes, of course, if you're in a line at a store, you're facing the register. Sometimes the people on the right's going to be there, but that's when you keep your arm down, because if they did spot it and they decide they want to go for it, now you got to fight. Now you got to fight them. But also, if you have a good holster, they're not going to get it out without a fight.
Yeah, Mr. Bernie, the Minnesota State Fair is fucking amazing. But yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. More and more every year, and this was a state that was very well known for supporting the Second Amendment and having, looser gun laws. And it's just getting more and more constricted every year.
Yeah, Chris, definitely, dude. Yeah, Caleb, in Indiana, it only matters if you ask you to leave and you don't, then it's considered trespass. Absolutely. Most places, that's the rule. It's if they ask you to leave and you decide, no, it's my right. No, now it's your right to get arrested.
And for some of you that don't know or may not know, the policy that some department stores, I'll use Target as a reference, because I used to work semi closely with their security or asset protection team. If you come into the store and you are open carrying, they must by policy follow you until you leave. Or if there's not enough presence of security team there, one of them has to sit in the office and watch you on the cameras until you leave. Now, that only brings more attention to you. I don't know about you, but when I'm walking through a store and security's got somebody in their eye, I'm noticing it. Mm-hmm. I can see it. I can see it halfway out until they get out the store. So something that I've used as a bit of a trick when I'm concealing carrying, if I'm inside of a Target or a Kohl's or a Sears or any store that has a clothing section or shoe section, I make it a habit of walking past the tall mirrors at least twice. Once shortly after I walk in, and once about halfway through my shopping experience or right before I walk out. And I do that so I can visually see if I'm printing, so that I'm not doing the typical pants tussle or the typical, check to see, is my firearm still there?
Yeah.
And Ram had said too. I mean, I'm cursed, unfortunately, with being born with no ass or hips, essentially. So the old tussle with just in the pants every once in a while for that little bit of a drag at 3 o'clock is a real thing for me. Granted, I've trained myself and I've done the old proverbial hand slap whenever I see myself doing it. Obviously, I'm not slapping myself in the hand in the store because I'm going to draw more attention then. Look at that fucking psycho. But I've taught myself to do that, and I've also taught myself, once again, being aware of my surroundings, knowing where I might be able to duck real quick for a second without having too many people around me to be able to see if I do need to make that adjustment. I might duck behind an aisle quick, give a little cinch up and maybe a tighten on the belt without anybody around me, and then I can go about my shopping trip or about my day. I think I had said to Ram, conceal yourself in that situation before you make the adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Hawkeye, a round man problem I know so well. Dude, even when I was in peak shape, when I was training and competing in martial arts, we'll call them non-sanctioned fights, just because of legal reasons. But even then, I just it goes like this. Nothing I can do about it.
Well, there's something you could do about it, but probably wouldn't be advisable.
Do I look like a Kardashian?
Hey, go to Brazil and it can be taken care of. Oh man, yeah. So guys, we're about to shut down, guys, and we definitely appreciate everybody being here. And again, if this is your first time, go ahead and subscribe if you gotten value. If you haven't gotten value, join us next week. We'll have more, so maybe you'll get value then. Just keep coming back, guys. We enjoy doing this. We'd love to have you as guests. We love talking to you. Of course, we have the usual suspects in the chat, and we enjoy having them here. We definitely enjoy them. So definitely hit that thumbs up button. If you have not hit the thumbs up button yet, guys, hit the thumbs up button. Let's try and crush the algorithm so we can get a little more. Oh, real quick, Sarge, is Sarge still here? Is Sarge still here? Sarge, are you still here, dude? Sarge, give us a thumbs up if you're still here. I wanted to give a shout out real quick. I know Sarge is getting ready to swing some clubs tomorrow. I'm not sure if Sarge is still here, but if Sarge is still here, I just wanted to give a shout out. Sarge is going to be this coming Saturday, September 10th at 9 p.m. He's going to be a guest host on Tactical Trash Panda's first live stream. It's coming up 9 p.m. on the Tactical Trash Panda channel. Guys, go show them some love. Trash Panda and Sarge have been around for a long time. They know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. Tactical Trash Panda, he's been doing his thing on YouTube and on Instagram. He's partnered with several people. He's partnered with Brownells, New Print, and he's got a couple other things. And Sarge is definitely going to be doing this thing Saturday. He's giving, from what I understand, the Sarge crowd is going to be able to take part in some draws. They're giving away a few things, so I don't know all the details on that. So after the show, before you go to bed tonight, guys, go over to Tactical Trash Panda, subscribe to his page, his channel, and let's get those subscriptions up. Let's get those the subscriptions up. Let's get the likes up, and let's crush the algorithm on Saturday as we attend his first live stream. Let's show him some love, guys. He's one of the family from way back in the day. So with that being said, guys, I just want to say thank you for being here. And anything that was said tonight, guys, it is not legal advice. We are just here trying to share information with everybody. and trying to get the word out. So definitely check your local areas, what the laws are in your state, because every state, as we said before, is different. And when it comes to the law, you definitely want to be on the case, and you don't want to, run afoul of the law. Listen to someone that's not from your state. So, guys, we just want to say thank you. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.